Welcome back everyone to Welstopia, and today we are going to begin on our tavern, which is the social hub for our little village. In order to do this, we first need to mark out exactly where this is going to go. Now I am thinking that there will be two major sections to this. Actually, let's say three major sections. We are going to have our commons, which is where everybody gathers in order to either have meetings, in order to drink, have fun, and all that stuff. We'll have our little bar section or wherever you have things served in there. And then we'll have a small area that's going to have any places where people may stay. There'll only be about, say, two or three rooms probably in that section. It's not going to be primarily an inn. It is mainly a tavern to service the locals within the village. Let's begin by having a look at how we're going to build the commons, and the first thing I want to do for there is decide where is the entrance going to be. Now, two possibilities are either it could be here, where you enter here, and then you could turn left to go into the commons, and to the right in order to go to the other areas. And the other then is to enter here through the commons, and perhaps both. Perhaps there are two entrances. Actually, that makes sort of sense. So let's try that. We'll have a small entrance right here going in there, and then another one coming in through the side. And let's see if this works. We'll begin by defining where we are going to have our foundation, and I'm figuring that we are going to want this to be, let's say, 9 wide. Let's see how wide we can get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks like, actually, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? Because we want to be able to get up here and then have these steps up. Or actually, let's just do the foundation. Can we get... No, I think we have a little bit of a steep incline here. But we could put this right here instead. Right, we'll have that there. Right, one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we'll have 9 as the interior dimension rather than the exterior. We'll try it that way. Good. And we're actually going to go in 1, 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then this then will lead to our entry area. I think that'll work. So this will go in like this. This will go in like this. Go in like that. Oops. 2 misplaced blocks in a row. Now, actually, that extra block there probably wouldn't have been. No flowers here. Right. And we'll go in like this. So this will be our little entry area. I figure a little something like this, then this will be our common area. Now the question is, how many people will this fit? That's something that we'll have to take into account. Now it's not a very large village, so we don't have to worry about accommodating a huge number of people at a time. We'll need a little transition into this area right here, since it's built on a hill and it's going to be going. I'd see how much of it goes up, how much of it turns into split level and stuff like that. Because I don't too often build on hills. Usually I just flatten the whole thing out. But in this case, I think it'll be nice if I actually try to, for a change, actually try to build on the hill itself and see if I'm able to do that. Now, I will want to, of course, turn what's in here all into wooden floor. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So that's one little entrance here. This little entrance then just goes directly into here and up there. I'm going to leave this going straight directly like this. But on this side here, we're going to go back a little because this is where we're going to have our kitchens. I want to have a little bit of room for that, for the kitchens and the serving area. And we'll of course need a private dining room also in addition to that. Very good. And we'll just, I should just put these right next to each other so I could go back and forth. Good on that. And I'll just have to then start going up the hill. I have to decide exactly what I'm going to do on the hill, how much of it is going to be raising foundation and how many other things. I'll just have to see about that. I haven't quite decided on everything on that matter. I think we need to go about how large are the commons before I go too far in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 9. 8 by 9. That's 72 square meters. I wonder how many people you could fit in that space. My best calculation is that we can have 50 if we are talking about being able to serve people and all of that. Maybe we could steal 1 or 2 square meters from there also. So 50 people, that's about a fair size that you're going to have for a tavern for this village. And if we're talking about having the space opened up for dancing and the tables removed and all that stuff for a meeting or a special event like that, then you could get a lot more, because the numbers I was giving is probably the lowest in which you would lowest capacity in which you would have on something like this. And I think this is maybe a couple more in, and I feel that I will be done. We'll just go there and 2 more on that, and I think that would be just the amount that I'd be needing. And we can go there from well, we'll see how this works. In retrospect, maybe I should have, instead of digging down the foundation as I've done here, maybe I should just have built directly on top and just made everything 1 level higher. That could have made a little bit more sense there, but it's a bit late on that now, so I'm just going to leave it the way I have it here. There you go. I think this will just boop. That will have to go. And this will be our space for our tavern. Now, I am still going to use this as a guideline for how high everything should be. We have some space up higher than the others. Now, it's possible that I may have a thinking either an upstairs or downstairs. This will be the upstairs, and what I'll do is I will have a cellar where we'll keep things like ales and stuff like that, of course. So we'll have a cellar, we'll have an upstairs, and I think that will do, because I don't think I want to have any special rooms downstairs and have to go below that for a cellar, because the ground can get a little bit soggy, despite the fact that I have some stuff underground over there. Before I continue, let's have a look at what this does to our map here. I always have trouble getting this map off. There we go. So if I hit it just at the right spot, it comes off easily. Otherwise, it does. Okay, I finally have that road connected, which is one of the things I wanted to do there. And the other map up there, and yes, there I have the foundation. There we have the shrine. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be a nice sizable place for everyone to gather. Good. For the flooring, I'll just have simple oak floor. I don't think anything fancy is required for that. But since I have this oak floor, I have to have something else. Oh, that's right, because I'm planning to have stone walls for this particular area. And with stone walls, we could then have a nice contrast between the oak and the stone there. I'll probably have highlights that are made from, oh, of course, dark oak. That would be perfect since we do have that roofed forest nearby. I think that would be a nice little contrast to the oak there. So therefore, oak, stone, and dark oak. Now I do have to worry about climbing that up there, so I'm not gonna start flooring that section yet. Let's just get the basic area up. Let's try rising half a step at a time, so and see if that works. If it doesn't work, then we may change it on later. We'll start out by going half a step up. Then here we could go a full step up. Oh, like that. Okay, there we go, full step up. There we go. That means taking all this out. I think that was inevitably going to happen. Yes, like that. Good. Then, do we stay that way or not? Okay, if you come in through here, we'll have to have a couple of steps down this way. I'll want this, oh yes, this area will be flat for a few. Let's say go in 3 in for flat, then we do the same thing that we just did there. Yes, that'll work. And that means then I could just come out. Actually, I don't have to go up anymore. I think I'll just use this as my base height for the rest of the area. Not going to fill all this in yet. I'll just do a little bit at the moment, just so that I can see where everything is. Good. So that's where the floor is going to be. Now this is going to show where I have my missing spots in my foundation. See, instead of having the entrance over here, how about just leave a little bit more space for the commons and instead have the entrance right over here. So I could put some steps right over here. We could come up here. This is where we come to our entrance. We turn in here in order to get into the main room. We could turn here. This could be a private dining room, for example. This is going to be our kitchen area, and maybe there isn't any place for any guests to stay. Well, I think we can live with that. I did have the entire idea that there would be a more significant inn down there anyway. It may turn out to be the only inn. That this is where the townspeople go. So here is that. Now, here, I think we have to cover that up there. I may turn that into a slab later, but for now we'll just have it at full height and do the same thing over here. Good. So that's what we have all the way across there. That is just a little bit of height there. I may just decide to make the entire wall a little bit higher. That's to be determined. Or I may just drop the foundation one and just replace that with stone. Actually, I think that's what I'll do. I'll just drop that by 1. And I'll have a stone wall there anyway. So I think that's what will work for the best. Yeah, I think that's just the right size. If it were any larger, I think it would be simply ridiculous. So that is our tower so far with the floor and the foundation. Now what I'm going to be needing next is stone or some stone brick that I could easily turn into stone. So let me check my reserves to see what's available. I just have to remember what did I put into these various places. That's cobble. Actually, I could, worst comes to worst, I could always grab a little bit of that and use that for some temporary stairs. Alright, there's some stone. Okay, no stone brick, so I just have to take the stone and convert that into stone brick as soon as I dump some of these plants. I'll just take all of it, and I'll have to do for now, but while I'm away, I'll cook a little bit. I've got 1, 2, 3. I have lots of furnaces. No coal, but lots of furnaces. It appears that I'll need some time to get some coal and to cook all this stone and turn it into the stone brick that I'm going to be needing for my little tavern over here. So this is where we'll break off. I think I made decent progress for the start of this. I have the foundation, I have the shape, I have an idea of what's going to go where, with this being the entryway when you're going directly into the commons. These are the commons, main dining hall and all that stuff. We could have an entrance here. This is where we'll have a little bit of a serving area and reception area. Over here we will have the kitchen, and we'll have some means of getting below, probably around here. I'll dig some way of going down into a cellar. Here we can have a private dining room or two, depends on whether or not I have to extend the kitchens down this way. So at least one private dining room, maybe two of them, and in retrospect, from what I said earlier, we could actually convert those into a little place to sleep if someone does insist on staying the night over here. Or maybe someone's had a little bit too much to drink or something like that. But I think that's where we'll leave it off, and next time we are going to take care of the walls to our little tavern here and start to make it look like something that could become the center of the village culture. But that's in our next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Welstopia.